Alright guys, I am out here at Monarch's Marina course. It's a 9-hole, and I think 9 holes really get undervalued, but they provide a lot of opportunities to practice your scoring. So I'm just gonna tape around through here. A lot of your shots are gonna be coming in for about 150 yards in. Let's say you're on a par 4. That's if you par it. You hit your tee shot, then your approach shot, 2 putts. That's 3 out of 4 shots that are within 150 yards potentially. So just taping that. So first one. It's a rainy morning out over here, got a little bit of moisture, and this reminds me of when I first really got into golf. I was playing a lot of courses where pretty wet conditions and was learning on that. So this is really reminiscent for me. I like it. So I'm happy to be out here. So like I mentioned, these shorter courses are good opportunities to just work on scoring. So I have a little chip shot here. I'm gonna try my approach wedge. Just kind of lightly get it up to the hole. Hopefully within about 4 feet if possible. So, not really a great attempt here. I have about, 15 feet, 20 feet putt to get there, but I'm just gonna look at the line. Looks like I'm on a downhill, and it looks like it slopes left to right. So I'm just envisioning the line right now, and then when I get up to putt, I'm just gonna focus on the speed. Pick a spot maybe 1 inch in front of my ball, and then while focusing on the speed, just hit to that point right in front of the ball. Just keep my focus closer to the ball instead of at the hole. Works out. Big reason why that worked out is a little bit of luck, really, but also just a lot of experience playing out on courses, getting a sense of how the ball is going to roll, getting a sense of slopes and how much they affect the ball after the putting stroke. That's all stuff that you can't really grab at the range. And so I think one of the pieces of advice that I really am glad that I got as we're setting up here on hole number 2 is get out, don't spend too much time on the range, and actually play. That's been the best advice that I think I've received over swing thoughts or strategies or anything like that, is to just get out and play. All right, so we're on hole number 2. I've pulled up my 4 hybrid, and I've picked a spot on the green where it's decently flat. And one of the things I'm looking for, and I should probably get into this. I think this video is a little bit more geared towards folks who are just curious on how to think through a course. And all I'm really doing is talking about things that have helped me. I'm by no means an expert, but I think I've played enough now where I know some general simple thoughts that work and simple thoughts that maybe don't work. And one of the first things I try to evaluate when I walk up to the tee is not just pick a spot willy-nilly, but try to pick as flat of a spot as possible. Because if the ball is below my feet or above my feet, it just changes the swing that I've been practicing. And granted, on the course, you're gonna have to hit those shots, but off the tee box, why make that decision to have a bad lie or the ball positioned in a way that you don't want it positioned? So I find that just looking around, finding a spot, it's an important part of your routine. So we're gonna let these guys clear off a little bit. I have a threesome in front of me. And executive courses, they're gonna be a little bit more geared towards folks who maybe want a more leisurely round. And so coming out here and expecting that you're gonna blow through, unrealistic. You should be out here just to spend some time working on different aspects of your game and just enjoying your time out here. So that's what I'm gonna be doing. All right. All right. And so those shots are going to happen. And one thing you just want to keep in mind is you just want to give people a heads up if the ball is coming anywhere in their direction or in their vicinity, because it's better to just look silly. And everyone knows what it's like to hit a bad shot. That's most people's entire rounds. And there's no embarrassment in giving someone a heads up to make sure that they don't get injured. So just a little piece of etiquette and safety, that's pretty important. All right, so here I've got about a 35 yard distance to the pin. And so I've actually been working on my short game quite a bit. So this one I think is going to be a more of a pitch type shot, and pitch means that I'm going to try to get it up in the air a little bit more rather than try to keep it low and let it roll. And the reason for that is there's nothing to really want to roll on over here. It's all going to die. Right? So I want to get it elevated, and I see a little right to left, and so I'm going to aim right of the flag, although the scary thing is that bunker's there. So a little right of the flag, hopefully miss that bunker, get that weight forward, and see how it goes. I like that quite a bit. So here's that bunker I was talking about, and then you see this little ridge coming up. And so ideally, I wanted to land it right around here, because right around here is where it starts sloping towards the flag. That's definitely a wish list. And in this case, I was able to do it. So really thankful for that. And hopefully I can just clean up here for another par. And for these ones, I think, you still want to go through your routine and line it up, but also you don't want to think too much about it. I do see that it rolls away, so I don't want to smash it and then create like a 10-foot putt for myself after. But this is a putt I should be able to make. And so I should walk up with confidence, just aim for the middle of the cup, and bang it in. So I think one thing that's pretty cool also is you can work on your course management. And so this is 240 about to the middle of the green from the green tees. And when people look at that distance, they usually think, just by looking at the distance, oh, I'm going to try to drive that. But I'm looking at it in terms of scoring. And so what is this? This is actually a par 4. So we started off with 2 par 3s. This is a par 4. I do get rewarded if I try to go for the green, but also I can choose to play this more conservatively. And so I think the way that I personally want to try playing this is a little bit more conservatively. I'm still going to try to get relatively close to the green, and so I want maybe a 200 shot to get me pretty close, and then from there on I get to work on my short game again to hopefully get another chip in and maybe a birdie if I can get it close enough. So one of the things that's also really nice about just videotaping yourself is you can get a look at the alignment. And from the video right now, it probably looks like I'm lined maybe right at the flag. And what's weird is that when I stand over the ball, to me, my brain is telling me that I'm lined up right at the flag. So watching these videos has helped me get lined up better. And so I think I'm lined up. Let's go for the shot. Now maybe I'm trying to pick a big region to go at, so I'm going to try to pick maybe between the two front bunkers over there. That's where I'd like to go. It's a region, not a point. So from here, what I'm going to be working on is trying to keep the ball low, so I don't hit these branches up here. So I'm going to keep the ball a little bit further in my stance, further back in my stance. What that means is that it's closer to my right shoulder, I guess, than my left shoulder, if you look in front and back. And that means that when I hit the ball, it'll be for sure on its way down. And on its way down means that it's going to be able to come out a little bit low. So this one I'm going to have to put a little bit of juice into. It's not an easy shot, but really cool to practice this one. It's pretty good. I'll take that. So I've gotten the ball from that position maybe about 30 feet from the hole, and I'll take that all day. I feel reasonably confident I can lag putt it pretty close and then have a chance to make a par. So the decisions that I made here, I think you'll recall, I wanted to treat this as a par 4 hole. Relatively short par 4 hole instead of trying to get onto the green in one shot. And by taking a conservative approach, I don't have a driver lost over the fence somewhere. I'm on the green in regulation. So pretty happy about that. I think we can all take our risks, and we all do. But this one I wanted to play a little bit more conservatively. So I see a little bit of a break left to right here, coming from that ridge over there, just left of the flag. And I am putting uphill, so I got to put a little bit of juice into this one, and maybe 2 cups to the left of the hole. So that's what we'll try to accomplish. I'm happy about that one because my ball was coming a little bit downhill on that last putt, going right to left, and it's always a little bit scary because you might miss high, you might miss low on that putt. And 3-putting when you're on the green in regulation is a little bit painful. So glad to avoid that pain.